Hello everyone and welcome to another stream. I hope you're all doing well today. I am doing well. I know people will ask. We got a couple people here so far. Funbrick Creations, Cynthia. How are you guys today? All right, 7 people watching at the moment. I assume that'll slowly continue to go up as we continue doing what we're doing here. And today what I'm actually going to be doing is adding pieces. We have Fidel quoting, welcome to the stream everyone. Anyway, we have a big Black Friday sale going on right now, just this weekend only. It's guaranteed to be our biggest sale of the entire year, and so far we're seeing that in the order numbers. We've sold over 10,000 pieces, maybe upwards of 11,000 pieces now in just the past 36 hours or so. You know, big jump in terms of, or I guess decline in terms of piece count. So we sold 8,000 pieces yesterday by last night. I only added 2,000 pieces yesterday, so we're not the same, but that's why I'm really, blue cheese for life, says Ralph's Bricks. I like blue cheese. I just didn't get it. Anyway, no, what was I saying? Oh yeah, big Black Friday sale going on, which is why we're trying to add all, just so many pieces and stuff. And then of course, Paul decided to take 2 weeks off at the busiest time when, you know, we knew we were gonna have a Black Friday sale. So I've been in adding things alone as well as trying to run and do things, you know, as the store is. So on Monday, we're gonna have a lot of orders to pack. At the moment we have 30, actually I think we have 31 now. We just got another one. I'm expecting by Monday to have at least 40, potentially more than that, probably more than that. I wouldn't say we're gonna double from now to Monday, but exactly, Ralph. Jack, welcome to the stream. Corin, welcome to the stream. Rezwan or Ruan, welcome to the stream. Yes, definitely a lot of orders. I'm expecting 40, maybe between 40 and 50 orders on Monday. And we have 2 contractors who are gonna come in. They're both gonna pack for the majority of the day. I, of course, will also be in here to make sure we can get as many of those orders out as possible. I think we can do it. I think we can probably pack the 45. I'll just assume we're gonna have about between 40 and 50 orders on Monday. I think we can do that in a day. Paul and I packed 22 or 21 while streaming. I want to say it was like 3.5 hours or something a few weeks ago. So if we could do that, you know, multi-order packing and stuff obviously helps a lot. I'm gonna say probably with 3 people in here, we can have 45 to 50 orders packed in a 6 to 8 hour day. I think that sounds realistic. Maybe I'm totally wrong. It'll come out in the vlog. This is just a busy weekend for sure, so that'll be part of the vlog, and we'll see if we can actually pack all those orders on Monday. Worst case, some of them go out on Tuesday. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add these large bricks. So this is the category that we train our catalogers with. So we just got a new cataloger. He brought this back on Monday, I think. So these are large bricks, 2x2 plus. Usually, you know, mostly 2x2, 2x3, 2x4, 6, 8, and then there's a few of the extra big ones in there. But I'm gonna now add these to the store as well as kind of double check his work. So we try as best as possible. Essentially when a contractor comes in, we train them, they come in he was probably here about an hour or so, where we kind of explain just first of all, what the company does, what we do, the process of how we do used and everything. And then we essentially said, okay, so, you know, the first, or what you'll do is you'll get one of these bins essentially of a full category. In this case, obviously it was all large bricks. And then we take, I don't think I have any more bags that are mixed, but we take one bag that's mixed, you know, all the pieces together, and we give him this one. Ralph, I think so. I know, I'm gonna try to get back to weekly vlogs like we were at the beginning of this year. It should. Anyway, this, you know, we give him a bag of all the bricks, and then we actually did it with him. So our first cataloger that we brought in, Nicholas, who also packs orders, did we do catalog? Yeah. For him, super briefly went through Brick Store, super briefly showed him how to sort some pieces out. And with Christian, who is our newest cataloger, we decided we need an actual like process. So he came in for about an hour. We then told him, okay, sort the bricks into 2x2, 2x3, 2x whatever, and then all the colors. And then we went through Brick Store and we did a full bag and made a full catalog of one bag. Not any of these, he left it in the store that day. So he had an understanding. And then he took these, and it took him about a little over a week to get this done, but he only actually did 2 days. So I think it ended up being fine, it's just that he didn't work on it. But now what I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna check the colors and stuff. Because the colors are the hardest thing for sure. Okay, in theory, I should be able to do all this from here. And then we're currently using Google Drive to transfer and store the BSX files. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but for now, can I not minimize that? Interesting. For now, Google Drive has been what we've been using, and it works. Is anyone here who has catalogers outside? And how do you exchange the files back and forth? I'm curious. Because Google Drive's fine for us, but Google Drive itself is a little clunky, in my opinion. A little weird, so. Ideally, in a perfect world, so this won't happen, we could give them a device, like a laptop, and no, I don't know. I was gonna say they could store it locally, but that just doesn't make sense. I don't know. All right. So, Christian 112021-2. Because for the time being, over there on that computer, that's where I add almost everything. I had to set this up today and be like, okay, can I even do this easily over here? We have Google, what's it called? Drives. They have a download thing. I don't remember what it's called exactly. But essentially with the download thing, it becomes just a file, like a folder on your in your Finder. So it becomes part of your computer. Essentially, when you put anything in there, it automatically syncs to Drive. If anyone else uploads anything into a folder, it automatically downloads and syncs. So we use that over there. Paul has that on his laptop. So essentially, it's just like one shared thing. And it works great over there. I haven't downloaded it on here, so right now, currently, I unfortunately have to download each BSX from Google Drive manually. But that is going to be okay for today. Okay, so here's this first one. There are 19 lots in here, 355 parts. I took a look at all these files. Ralph's Brick says, what about Dropbox? I haven't, believe it or not, I have not used Dropbox before, but I assume it's similar to Google Drive and stuff. The only thing right now that we like about Google Drive is it's 100% free until we hit 15 gigabytes or something. Dropbox, I think, is free up until like a certain amount as well, though. Okay, so like I said, what was this? 19 different lots. Now, when Paul makes a file or anything, he pulls out everything that needs to be consolidated and sticks it in here, so it's not in the file. Now, what I have to do with contractors, especially with newer contractors, is I first have to go through and double check and make sure, okay, they actually picked reddish brown instead of brown, or they actually, whatever it is. So in this case, these are also larger bricks. The way we've been working, and I know a lot of people have also been working with this, we've been using, over the past few weeks, these clear plastic cups. They're fantastic. So, essentially, and this isn't gonna quite work just because there's so much quantity of certain things here, but essentially we'll put the piece in the cup and then it's like ready. And that's it. When I'm doing it with the cataloger, I double check it. Okay, perfect, one of those, it's reddish brown, and then it's ready in my mind. We don't have larger plastic cups at the moment, so I think I'm gonna use the white little trays that we also have. Don't have a ton of these extra. So Paul is out of town. Like I said, he also is cataloging out of town. So in theory, when he comes back, he'll have a couple bins that were cataloged. So it's not like he's doing nothing. he's just not in the store to actually add stuff when we're like working stuff. So, you know, it is what it is, but that's definitely been a little bit of a struggle. Another thing we need to check with catalogers is condition. Dundermith and Brickco, welcome. Steve, welcome. There was a few people I missed, I think. Anyway, to the 23 people who are here, welcome. What was I saying? Oh, with the contractors, specifically our catalogers, we need to check for quality, not quantity. Quality. I mean, we should check for quantity too, but sorry, I clearly was not set up. I got a few things I got to move around here first. Christian, who is the one who did this, our newest cataloger, I believe was almost too picky with the quality of the parts and stuff and what he felt was fair to sell to a customer versus what we would actually sell to a customer. Now, that's good, obviously, except if he's throwing away so many lots or something, or not throwing them away, but not cataloging them, it could potentially be hurting us. But I think, you know, his condition, because when he came back for the first time and he returned stuff, we took a look at everything and, you know, talked about colors and stuff. And his condition, like, he's very picky. Unfortunately, just based on what we had said at one point, when we were training him, we mentioned that we don't sell the trash pieces, or we don't list them in our store. And we were calling them trash pieces. And because we were calling them trashed and stuff, if they have scratches and all that kind of stuff, he thought I should just throw those away. So there was he said a decent amount, almost a full bag's worth, that he actually threw away before he brought it back, which is okay for the first time. You know, now he knows, and we communicated with him, hey, just don't throw our stuff away. Just put it in a separate bag and bring us that bag back. But now he knows. So we haven't actually seen what he pulled out. We just got to see what he gave back to us. And what he gave back to us, you know, we kind of looked over this with him. It's all in pretty decent condition. But yeah, he threw some stuff away. So we now know to make sure that any new contractors do not throw stuff away. Specifically all the catalogers. Okay, 2 of these. Supposed to be 9 of these. Okay, so here's a color problem. Dark orange I actually think is reddish brown. 7, no, maybe not. Anyway, the way this kind of workflow goes is after dark orange, after we have all these in cups, because its contractor hasn't already compared to our inventory, what I will then do after this is stick this file into the Brickstock merge thing. I know you don't need to use Brickstock merge. You could just use Brick Store, just internally. But we do stick it into Brickstock merge, and then when we get that file back, what I'll do then is I will take all the things we already have, put them in this consolidate bin, cut those items out of this sheet and put it into a consolidate sheet. A brand new sheet that we just call consolidate. And then after I've added 5 or 6 bags, then it makes sense for me to add the consolidated parts because the bin's starting to fill up and the file has, I don't know, 50 lots in it, let's say. And once we have those 50 lots, then we can put the consolidate thing on the cart and see where everything goes, and we just pass through the aisle once, and it makes it significantly more efficient than right now if I had got the file back and I was going and just putting these pieces away as I'm doing this one file. So I'll do 5 files and then I'll consolidate 5 files worth of stuff and only do one pass. Much more efficient. I think Paul and I started that, that's trash, a few weeks ago. And it has helped tremendously. Like a crazy amount. Funbrick Creations says I am multitasking. Ralph also says Dropbox is essentially the same thing as Google Drive. Funbrick Creations says I'm multitasking. I have the stream with audio on my smart TV and the stream muted on my computer so I can chat while using Brickstore. Very nice. You can't chat on the TVs, can you? Can you see chat on the TVs? I don't think I've ever watched a stream on a TV. Have I? No, I don't think so. That would be, maybe I have. Really not sure. All right, 60 of these. So this is our large brick category. What we thought for a while, and I would say most of the time was the case, is that this large brick category is almost guaranteed to be a loss when we give it to a contractor. Now, based on the files he gave back to us, which are not 100% accurate at the moment, you know, we need to double check everything, but based on the files he gave back to us, it was a $320 value for the bin, which in theory actually does not mean we lost money when it comes to buying the pieces, sorting the pieces, cataloging the pieces, and then uploading the pieces. We actually are profitable. We thought the bin valued at around $200. Now, after I go through all this, maybe it does. Maybe some of the colors are wrong and the value is significantly different. You know, I found one color issue here. It was actually dark orange instead of reddish brown. Not a big problem though. Also, in this case, there was only quantity too, so it's not going to make, you know, $120 difference there. Other than that, everything else has been right, which is good. I've thrown 2 pieces away so far that, you know, didn't meet my quality standard that I assume slipped by him. And then I'm just doing a quick visual on the smaller quantity items to make sure the quantity looks roughly, or, you know, on small items or small quantity, it is the right quantity. Okay, we had chat here and then I clicked it. Where or how do you find these contractors? So, first few contractors, we've had few people cycle in and out. We now have 3 people that are contractors that I would say are regular workers. But we've had a few cycle in and out when we started in earlier summer. It started with all friends and or family. So that's what it began with. After we needed to expand and we ran into friends or family who wanted to help out a little bit, I guess him and his mom, or his family, they have a family friend who runs a nonprofit organization who helps like older high school students or just graduated high school students with like housing and jobs and you know, life skills and stuff. So she runs that nonprofit, and so she helps them find jobs and things. So Paul had talked to her, and she knew about this and all that kind of stuff. And so we were like, hey, if there's anyone looking for a job that's flexible and they can still do school or whatever, then, you know, we have a few openings. We could, you know, we'd love to have a few more contractors and stuff come out and do stuff, or come pick up bins and take it back. And so that's how we found the person who did this, the most recent guy. And I know we have another one who's interested in December to start 2x6, yeah. So that's how we found them. And other than that, I know some people put job postings out there. You could do that. The only thing with a job posting is, I mean, I'm not entirely sure about this, but I think some of the sites you need to cost money to list a job on it. Other sites I know, like Nextdoor, it's like one of those neighborhood app things. Like things like that, I'm sure are, you know, you could just make a post, or on Facebook or whatever, one of those things. And I'd say that's probably a good way to get some people who may want to be, you know, contra or cataloger. Maybe they want to come in and pack orders, whatever it might be. I'd say that's probably a possibility. Did I miss these? No, they're just not in the file. Interesting. The hardest turnover, or the highest turnover thing we've had is for sorters. So the catalogers, because they make more money, You know, obviously the task takes longer, but they do make more money. Okay, I need another one of these. What color is that? Reddish brown. Yeah, we have we have a turnover rate. What did I just count that as? 12. We have a high turnover rate with sorters. They'll do one bin, maybe two, and then they're like, okay, this isn't worth the money. And yeah, your first time, it's not. Hourly rate and stuff, it's definitely not. You can get fat. Like, we have one person who she sorts for us and she loves it. She's retired, but she sorts and she has like a table like this set up. I think she said in her spare room or something. I don't remember, but she's got bins all over. So she has, you know, like this size bin, and she has a little clip, paper or clothespin that has the category name and stuff, and she has a whole system, and that's what she does. And we give her, it fluctuates week to week, but like some weeks we'll just give her one bin to sort. She's done 4 bins in a week. Like, it just depends what she wants to do, and you know, she'll sort and she loves it, and she does it in her free time when she has time, and it's great, and she absolutely loves it. But she's the only person we've found that really enjoys it so far, and has done. She's probably done. Oh, I would say 85% for sure of the bins that we've ever had sorted, she's done, and maybe not that much, maybe 80%. But she's probably done. In the past 3 months, $25 to $30 bins. Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. 25 to 30 bins, which they're about 20 pounds each. So what is that? 500 to 600 pounds of Lego in the past couple months. So she loves it, which is great. David, welcome to the stream. Who else do we have here? 94 Connection, welcome to the stream. Fidel, I think I said hi earlier. Yeah, we got a few more people here. But yeah, she enjoys the contracting, or the sorry, it's too many terms. She enjoys the sorting. She also helps with some of the cataloging, but mostly sorting is what she really likes to do, which is perfect, because she can do, you know, 4 a week, 3 a week. On average, I'd say she does 2 to 3 a week. 4 is very rare, and 1 is probably pretty rare too, but I'd say 2 to 3 a week. And we have, it fluctuates week to week, but now that we have another cataloger, we're probably cataloging about 60 pounds a week. Nicholas, Christian, and then Paul is doing about 1, sometimes a little more or less than 1 a week. So yeah, we need to find some more sorters, because I don't think she'll be able to keep up. But yeah, so far she loves it because she's retired and she does it in her free time. In the past 3 months she's been doing it or something since I think end of August or early September she did it. So September, October, November, okay, 2.5 months. But yeah, she's done at least 25 to 30 bins, and it's fantastic. Okay, so finish this. I just kind of verified, you know, glanced at everything. Now I'm gonna save this, and then we have to go to Bricks Freedom. We're up to 32 orders now for their Black Friday sale this weekend. Now I gotta figure out where I saved that file. I think I stuck it on the desktop. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Okay, let's read some chat here. What if you sell a bulk lot of trash Lego on eBay and at least make a couple bucks for them? That's what we're thinking of doing, Fidel. We actually have them boxed up I have a little box down here, as we have pieces that are scratched or whatever, or damaged, or some pieces are just too dirty and it's not worth cleaning, or some of the white ones are just faded, light bluish gray get faded, and it's just not worth us spending the time and effort to clean it. We'll toss them in there. So I would actually say probably 50% of that bin could, you know, with a little love and care, could be worked on and sold. it's just probably not worth the time for us to do that. So we do have almost six large flat rate boxes that we just kind of want to sell, you know, for cheap. I don't think we'll sell them in the flat rate box, but sell for cheap just to get them out of here, and they're going somewhere, and we can make a couple bucks on them so that we're not totally losing money, if that kind of makes sense. Okay, upload that. I don't know how to say your name, but it says, hey, you were also watched in Russia. I may be the only one who watches from Russia, but I really like it. We have a lot of time now, so I usually watch the live broadcast, stop by to say hello. Well, welcome to the stream, and I'm so sorry that I cannot say your name, or I don't know how to say your name, but thank you for tuning in, and you watch Ralph's channel as well. Very awesome. 94 Connection says, hey, here from the Netherlands. Normally I view your streams when I'm parting out or working on my Bricklink shop, but it's fun to see you live. Well, welcome and thank you for tuning in live. From Brick Creation says, I don't think so, but it's quicker for me to type with my keyboard. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't think you can chat on TVs as far. Maybe you can, but I'm not sure. Oh, interesting. Okay, so 94 Connection says, I get my bulk use parts sorted by people in social workplaces, like people who can't participate in the normal working environment. There's probably some company near you who can. Something we thought about, someone approached us, or someone, Paul and I were just talking to him, it must have been about the store at some point. His sister volunteers for a nonprofit that has, I think like autistic kids or something who, you know, have a hard time getting a quote-unquote normal job, but he was thinking with the sorting process that's right up their wheelhouse, and, you know, putting pieces in a place where they would go and stuff, and they'd probably be pretty quick at it and stuff, and they may enjoy it. So that might be something as well that we look towards in the future, kind of like 94 Connection does, where those who just can't, for whatever reason, be in the quote-unquote normal working environment can kind of do something on their own. Callum, welcome back. How are you? Dave says, what's happening? I am adding pieces, of course. Currently, I'm actually trying to... Oh no, was that Marcus? I'm currently adding... Oh, geez. Pieces that came back from our second cataloger's first time cataloging stuff. So this is his first bin that he brought back to us. And I'm just gonna double check it all, you know, make sure everything seems relatively correct. And then I'm gonna upload it. This is the large brick category. We don't actually, a few weeks ago we were saying it's a loss on this bin guaranteed just after we pay for the parts, pay for the sorting, pay for the cataloging. Today, or last night actually when I did the totals, I don't believe that's the case anymore. We're actually making money off of this. But regardless, we have to go through this process. It's the easiest category for people to start with. So if it was a loss, we could call it a training expense. But I don't think it's a loss anymore, which is great. Just Bricks, Brick Kiln, welcome to the stream, how are you? David says, who's the sorter in question? I don't know what we're talking, or I don't remember what that was in reference to. David says, my main sorter, oh no, who did all of my first sort for the last 5 months is done next week. She did at least 700 pounds. That is bad. I did write up some applications for sorters, so hoping they get the team expanded once I have foot traffic. Whoa, that's, yeah, if we were to lose our sorter right now, that would be pretty bad. I mean, we have enough of a backlog where we could work for a few weeks, but we would definitely need to find a few people. Interesting. David says, I have like 200 pounds of fake stuff with damaged and dirty stuff as well. Yeah, we don't have 200 pounds, but each of those weighs just under 10 pounds and we have 6. So 50 to 60 pounds. For a while we were throwing things away, but we just decided, hey, you know, it really, not all of it is trash, it could be used, so we just don't want to sell it, so it's not good to throw it away, probably. Fidel says 10 viewers. Currently, I see 27. I'm not sure. Rocky Sky Brick Store, Danny Jackson, welcome to the stream. How are you? It's good to see you as well. Donovan Burko says, has anybody noticed the weird intermittences with Black Friday sale prices? I got one order this morning at 8:30, and nothing since then. Yesterday, I had 11 orders by this time. I'm getting peeved. We are at 32 orders, and I would say it's very consistent. Occasionally we'll get like 2 right in a row, but overall I'd say it's like once an hour maybe. I mean, I guess on average, what is it technically? What has it been, 14 or 35? Yeah, it's like 36 hours in, so 32. It is actually about once an hour, but I'd say overall it's pretty steady with orders. Lots of larger orders. Most people are hitting that free shipping mark, I've noticed. Ralph, I think you placed an order with us, didn't you? I believe you did a couple days, or yesterday, I think. David says, I've not been running a sale, but sales have spiked a bit, which is awesome. That is great, especially if you're not running a sale. Dunham Myth and Brick Coast is super weird. I was hoping to build some capital this weekend. Just bricks, I love it. I totally wore a Santa suit on 2 roller coasters today. That is awesome. David says, not a loss is a win. That is an accurate statement. Any non-loss is for sure a win. It's fine. I have like a huge backlog of category sorted bulk. My terminal velocity, if you will, or end goal is fully processing 100 pounds a week. 100 pounds a week would be pretty good. Buy 100 pounds a week of bulk weekly and upload 100 pounds a week. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. I found out that I'm able to upload alone while doing other stuff in the store. I think about 40 pounds a week, depending on the categories. And of course, if I'm streaming, I'm not uploading anything because it's, I don't even know. But yeah, I think, at least based on this past week. Now, of course, the other day was Thanksgiving. I really wasn't in here much that day. Yesterday, I was only in here a couple hours. So maybe if I was only focusing on adding personally alone, I could add 60 pounds a week. Because depending on the category, I can almost do a bin a day. If it's a lot of small, intricate pieces, I cannot do a bin a day. If it's like this, realistically, I could easily do this whole bin in probably 3 hours, maybe less. Probably less than that if I'm not streaming or something. But right now, obviously, what has it been? 30 minutes and I haven't done almost nothing. Let's actually pull these out now that we can. So right now, essentially what I'm doing, we ran it through the brick stock merge. I'm sure I've explained this many times before, but now I'll pull out the pieces that we do have. So in this case, you know, I am gonna put these in a larger container. In this case, we already have reddish brown 2x4 bricks. And we also already have reddish brown. Just wanna make sure these are all reddish brown, which I think they are. That one's not, that's brown. Okay. So, pulling out the ones we already have. In this case, we have those. We also have the 2x6s, apparently. And then I'll set these aside. So, once I go through and pull out everything we have, medium nougat 2x2s, dark tan 2x2s. And the more we do this, the more we already have stuff. But in this case, we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lots out of 20 that are in here. So I'm just gonna stick these in this consolidate bin, which you may or may not be able to see, just barely. It's off screen. I don't wanna spill my coffee. Consolidate bin sitting over there now. And what I'm going to do is actually cut out, I should have made it so you can see my screen. Going to cut these items from this document. Actually, I could make it so you can see my screen. Should I do that? Probably not. Anyway, I'm gonna cut out this and I'm gonna open up our consolidate file. And then we're gonna paste those in there and then I'll save that. In this case, I'm making a new consolidate file. But yeah. And then now what I can do is I can actually assign these remarks. And then I can upload this file. And again, the consolidated pieces are still sitting there. They're not in yet. So I can add these with new drawers, which I'll do right now actually. And then I'll do it again and again and again. Once I have 4 or 5, 6, 7, depending how many pieces there are that need to be consolidated, I can do one pass through the aisle with that. Okay. Ralph says, yep, I placed an order for the free shipping. Very nice, $35 free shipping. Funbreak Creation says, I put my Black Friday sale on a day or two before Friday, and we'll take it off Monday or Tuesday, but no sales yet, especially as I only sell within Australia. That's okay. Does Australia have is it a big Black Friday type thing there? Or is it like a, I feel like we probably talked about this last week, but I don't remember. My name is Nikita. I think that's what it says, Nikita. Yeah, really love your channel, guys. Your channel's incredible inspiration. Really want to open the cool same store in Russia. Do it. Yeah, no, totally go for it. Yeah, do it. I would recommend it. Funbreak Creation says, I was hoping for at least a few sales so I could gain some more space to add more to my store. Gotcha. Yeah, I know on Monday we're gonna have, I mean, we have like 1,200 lots, I think, to pick. Obviously not all of them are gonna empty out the drawer, but probably gonna have 400 to 500 drawers that are gonna be half available. So on Monday, it's gonna have to add tons of pieces too, so that we don't have a ton of empty drawers. It's gonna be crazy. We will see, you know, like in 2 years, if we're getting 40 orders on a weekend or whatever, if we're able on Monday to keep up with that and stuff, and this becomes a quote-unquote normal weekend. I know for Chris at the Great Brick Lab, a lot of the times he'll have, you know, 20 orders a day sometimes, or like 30 to 40 orders over the weekend or something. Obviously that fluctuates with stuff, but I know, you know, that's pretty crazy. So this is a weird barcode scanner. I think I've shown you this before, but it flashes. Oh, the shutter doesn't make it look like it flashes. Never mind. I'm lying to you. Yeah. Arno, welcome. It's been a little while, I think. Hi from somewhere between Florence. Okay, interesting. Arno, I think, unless you're a different Arno, but it has been a while since I've seen an Arno. Dave says, upload 40 pounds of stuff that others have cataloged. Oh, no. Or that you're cataloging. I don't think I could catalog and upload 60 pounds in a week. I could upload 60 pounds in a week of stuff other people have cataloged for sure. Yeah, no, there's no way I could catalog 60 pounds and upload those. But I'm not sure. Because you had mentioned, David, you wanted to do 100 pounds a week. And yeah, if there's other people doing it, I'm just trying to figure out like how long. Yeah, it just depends, I guess. But no, I don't think I could. I could not catalog and upload that much in a week, I don't think. Unless that's the only thing I do, maybe. Ralph's Bricks, have a good one. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. And of course, Ralph says blue cheese for life. Arno says, yeah, that's right, don't watch many live streams, only the videos. Well, welcome back to a live stream, or welcome to a live stream. It's your first one. I don't think it's your first one, though. But yeah, welcome. Tiffany's Bricks says, hello, great channel, guys. How have your Black Friday sales been so far? Fantastic. We've gotten 32 orders so far since like 4 a.m. on Friday. I was up all night on Thursday night into Friday trying to put things on sale, take things off sale, and do other stuff. So it was almost like 4 a.m. by the time the sale was done. So it's almost been 36 hours now, and 32 orders, so about an order per hour, which is pretty good. Very good weekend so far. Very, very good weekend so far. This weekend might get us to the same point we were at last month in terms of sales numbers, which is crazy because before this we weren't doing too great. So good thing we got this sale, but it's not making the month as a whole anything crazy. Kalichi Brick says, how do you peel off stickers from pieces without damaging it? I'm new in this and I'm parting out a used Mindstorm EV3 I got for $80. Peel off stickers without damaging the sticker, I assume? You're probably not going to damage the piece if you peel off a sticker. If it leaves the sticky residue, you can wipe that off with a cloth and like some, probably some rubbing alcohol or something would get that off. Peel off the sticker without damaging the piece. I don't think you would damage the piece. Try to get the sticker off in one piece. I don't know if you could do that. I'm not sure. For things, you know, this is another thing we've used our trash bin or trash pile for. Pieces that have stickers on them that are crooked or too crooked to sell, we're not going to peel off the sticker and try to straighten it. We're not going to peel off the sticker and sell the piece. It's not worth the time, so we just toss it down in that little box. And whoever buys this box, if they want to sell all that, they can totally go for it. But for us, we're trying to keep stickers, you know, if it's super crooked, we don't want to sell it. If it's like a tiny bit crooked, we'll sell it, but it needs to be pretty close. David, very exciting. Opening day on Wednesday. Internal screaming and freaking out, I'm sure. Yeah, Ralph said good luck. Definitely good luck. I'm hoping to hear that it's a huge, you know, a great day. Super exciting for sure, but yeah, I can see that being concerning and scary. Yeah. Yeah, very, very exciting. If we ever do retail, which we might at some point, I'm really not sure. Honestly, depending how yours goes, David, might play a role in whether we do or don't. But yeah, like, are you gonna make a video? I hope you make a video. I don't know. I don't know if we'll do retail though, but we'd be, I don't even know where to begin, and I'd be terrified, I'm sure, that day into before we open, or like the month before we open. Yeah, but congratulations, and I'm very excited to see how it goes. Front Creation says, yes, in the last few years, Black Friday has become a big thing in Australia. Okay, gotcha. David says, you're streaming on 1,200 lots to pick. I'd be too stressed just thinking about it. Yep, I'm assuming potentially by Monday, we might have it somewhere near 2,000 lots to pick, which is crazy, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, on Monday, we're gonna have Nicholas and Kyle are gonna both be in here, and myself, so we'll see what we can do on Monday. It'll be part of the vlog, the next vlog, but yeah, it'll be crazy. All right, I'm skipping a lot of stuff, I think. David says, I think I could catalog 40 to 50 and upload myself because it's uploaded right into the drawers and no consolidating. That's true. The consolidating does take time. I'm not gonna argue with that. Front Creation says, I catalog my own. That's because I build some sets for YouTube and then put them in as used in my store if I don't personally keep the set. Makes sense. Argumentum22, welcome. Says, that'll change, David, when you get customers on Wednesday. I get no work done these days while I'm open. Ah, I see. That's true. You have to think about that. If you have, you know, customers in the store that are actually shopping, you really can't be doing something in the back unless you have someone else in the front there. It's definitely something to think about for sure. I know David is thinking about, I don't know if you have yet, but I know you were talking about hiring someone who will be on, or be in the front, while you, I don't know if you're going to be there all the time, but while you're doing other stuff. I know that was your plan, I think, or you mentioned that at least. David says, my total order number is down 5%, gross revenue is up 8%, 6111 so far this month. Very nice. I think I'm gonna spend $10,000 this month though. It's a new record. That's a lot. That is a lot for sure. Have you ever parted out the Taj Mahal? No, I have not. Most of those sets, while they look really cool when they're built, same thing with the Coliseum, Titanic, it's so many of the same color and so many quantity of the same piece that the part out value is generally nothing crazy. So no, we've never part out Taj Mahal. Yeah. Rocky Guy's Brick Store, or Rocky's Guy Brick Store, or Danny Jackson, says use an old sticker sheet and slide it under the sticker and you can take it off and reposition it. Interesting. Interesting. Steve says warm the sticker up with a hairdryer or hot drink and you can reposition crooked stickers. Okay, cool. Yeah, we've never looked into repositioning a crooked sticker. Arno says anything about a new working place and bigger? Not for us, no. We're gonna cram as much as we can in this garage until we need a bigger space. And at that point, hopefully we can afford the bigger space. Because when we move out, we don't want to move to so like right now we're working with probably 350, 340, 320, somewhere around there. We'll say 350 square feet. I don't think 1,000 square feet long term would be something that would work for us. So we're looking towards like 2,000 square feet. Obviously, we don't need 2,000 square feet right now. We will not need 2,000 square feet within the next year. But over the course of a few years, we would prefer not to have to move again. So we'll see what ends up happening. A lot of it's obviously what we can afford. But no, we're going to cram as much as we can in this garage. Realistically, we could put a whole nother floating wall right here and kind of one where the camera is. But then there's no place for us to work. If we need to do that though for financial reasons, that will be what we do. So we'll see. We'll see. But no, at the moment we're not looking for a place just because financially it really doesn't make sense to. David says planning on being in the back most of the time, just cataloging or packing. Okay, yeah. How many employees do you have so far, David? None officially, 2 potential. Gonna be me and friends and family in the first week, and then myself for a week or 2 to gauge foot traffic. Very nice. Have you picked your hours, David? Your business hours? I was trying to figure out what that was. Business hours for the week and stuff. And what days you're going to be closed? I think you were going to be closed for probably. I think you mentioned like a Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday or something like that. Kalichi Brick says my sales have been great this month. It's my second best month by far, but still half of my absolute best. Wow, that's crazy. That's insane, actually. I wish we had a month that was better than last month. That was 2 times better than last month, which last month was our best month. That's insane. That's a huge difference. What happened that 1 month? Adam says, do you ever try to find sets in a used bin? Is it worth the time? Is the value of the parts more than the set? Wondering about vintage sets especially. Yeah, I think overall, the reason we can do what we do is because when you part something out, the pieces sell for more than the set as a whole. If we couldn't sell it for that way, it doesn't make any sense. Now for vintage sets, I would say the majority of pieces are cheaper. Sorry, the majority of pieces are more expensive. Hold on, is that right? Excuse me. Majority? Yeah, the majority of pieces are more expensive if you buy them separate from the set. But some of them, like the specific pieces that are like only came in 2 sets or something from the 70s, those are going to be significantly more expensive for those people who have parted them out. So, you know, maybe you could get that piece, and then if you already have the other pieces, the whole thing might be cheaper. But it's probably cheaper to buy the set as a set, if that kind of makes sense. But yeah, for the most part, I would say 98% of sets part out for more than the retail cost. There are a couple that don't, because they have like 4 pieces in them or something, and it's like a promo or whatever. But the majority of them are actually they sell for more. That's just kind of how it all works. David says my energy drink is cold shower followed by coffee. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of coffee. Just iced coffee and milk. Like this is iced coffee with milk and no classic, which I think is their like syrup or something. Love coffee. It's great. Hey, that's great. Just Brick says my sales have increased by roughly 50% over last month. Very, very nice. We are still below last month. By the end of this weekend, I expect that we'll be above last month, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, if it continues how it's been going, we will. David says, they say profitable businesses make rational decisions in a basic model of market, so you should grow well. Hours are going to be 11 to 6, Tuesday through Sunday, eventually Wednesday through Sunday, or every day, depending on if it's better or worse than I think. That makes sense because you got to pay another person and stuff. Nice. 11 to 6, Tuesday through Sunday. Cool. Kalichi Brick says this month will be tied with that absolute best month, which is April, if it wasn't for a massive $500 US order that bought half of my store. Gotcha. Gotcha. That sole order almost doubled that month's numbers. I see. David says, hashtag never complete used sets. And Just Brick says, I only complete sets that are largely built or bagged, separated, or separate when I get them. It's not worth the time usually to piece them back together. Iced coffee is great because I don't need to cool down, so you don't consume it. So oh, interesting. Yeah, true. I'm not a huge fan of just like warm drinks in general for some reason. So like, you know, iced coffee, yeah, I can drink a lot of iced coffee, but if it's a regular coffee, like, it's just not my thing for some reason. All right, we're gonna upload this. We're gonna get at least one bag in. We'll probably get 2 bags in by the end of this. Still have 33 people with us. That's pretty cool. All right. This also just like feels like a very inefficient setup. The way I do it over there on that counter, it's like, I don't know, the pieces are right here to my left and it just feels better. Like this just feels weird for some reason. It doesn't feel like I'm getting anything done. I'm sure I am, but I'm also, of course, talking. I also don't like this barcode scanner. This is Paul's. Mine is plugged into that computer over there. And if you're actually curious, no, we don't each have our own necessarily, but this is the one he uses and I happen to use the other one most of the time. So it's essentially this one's also slightly difficult because the bricks are bigger, so I have to think about how I'm putting them away. Most of the time, I'd say, I can just pour stuff in a half of a thing and it just works. In this case, I'm jumping around the file and everything. Fit in the drawer? Let's see. Yeah. Cool. Beep. Okay. So let's see. This file specifically at the 6-month sales average is worth $17. Now that's just what's right here, not what I put in the consolidate. Usually the consolidate ends up being not a couple $100, but depending on what it is, a couple $100 when you do that one pass through the aisle in terms of value. And then of course plus whatever, but it does feel bad when, like, let's see, that was, yeah, so this whole file was like $35. But the stuff in the consolidate is another $18. So what is that, 17, 18? Yeah, $35. So, okay, I do need to now put this on sale because we are still having a sale. So with this, we're gonna go 30% off. Well, no, let's change that. Okay. And then upload. All right, any more chat here? Remember, Chris, I don't drink coffee either, cold or hot, but I like tea and hot chocolate. All right, Just Bricks, have a good time grocery shopping. Be back in a bit. David says coffee bites me back when my hands are shaking. 200 lots into the morning orders, and I drop a drawer. And then Davis has applied for an Amex card and my credit score dropped. No bueno, not good. All right, there you go. We just uploaded what? 133 parts. Amazing. And then in this case, so yeah, now I'm done with that file, and we save every file that we have just so that we, part of it was because we could go back if there was a problem, I think. Yeah, in theory, if we download all the BSX files, or if we open it up in a folder where we can see everything, you can search part number in the in our Finder window, and it'll actually show the results of which BSXs have that piece in it. And then you can just open up those 2 or 3 or whatever shows up. And then, for example, maybe somehow this was put in the wrong drawer. We scanned a drawer, but it was put in the wrong drawer or something. We can go into that file and see what was edited and where it actually might be located, if that kind of makes sense. So we don't use it often. I'd say we maybe use it, oh, I don't know. In all honesty, we haven't used it in a while, which is actually a good thing. Because that means, we don't have a ton of errors, but probably use it maybe on average once every 2 months where it becomes worth it. But the files are so small, it doesn't really matter. We just have it sorted by, we title all of our files in a specific format. So let's say we knew the date of something for some reason, we could go find or search by that date specifically. Oh, just kidding. All of these go over here. I'm just gonna put these on the wall real quick, and then I'll be back in the frame to continue adding some parts. The good thing is this was the first file I actually truly did. We kind of visually looked at everything with him and went through some of his stuff, color-wise and stuff. But this is the first one we did, and there was only, I think, 1 mistake in there. There were a couple pieces that I tossed just because the quantity was a little iffy, but I think this was the only, no, I guess there were 2 mistakes. There was 1 brown, that's actual brown. I don't know why I didn't add that to the file. 1 brown piece, and then there was 1 red, no, 1 dark orange that was marked as dark tan, which could have just been an error, because those are pretty distinct colors. Okay, so let's go back to Safari, and we'll download another file. Let me mark this one as done. See, I need to get my laptop set up to the thing that syncs everything, because you can't put little flags and stuff on them on Google Drive, but we put little flags on them in Finder here so that we know it's been marked as uploaded and completed. So, okay, there we go. Which one should we do next? Let's do, there was one really colorful one, had a lot of colors in it. Is this it? Ah, yeah, let's do this one. David says, I save every file and finally used it today. Nice, nice. Part sold and had the incorrect remark field, found the BSX where it was in the drawer with other parts in that file from, and said, yep, exactly. From the same used set that I got parted out, nice. And then you were able to find the drawer that it actually was in, I think. Incorrect, yeah, that's what, yeah, you found the drawer it actually belonged in. So Dave, I got one question. So like for us, when we pull a drawer off, almost spilled my coffee. When we pour, let's say we sold all the pieces in half of this drawer. It's half empty. We're like, okay, we can put a new lot in there. We take out the drawer and we add stuff to it. During picking, we take the drawer out and put it on the cart and we know. How do you, with used things where you might have 40 lots in the drawer, how do you decide I can add more to this drawer? Do you do the same thing and pull them off, or do you just over time realize, okay, this one's too low when you open it or something? How exactly does that work? Okay, which one is this? 7. $27 people still watching. Very nice. I sort of eyeball it while pulling. Gotcha. And then you pull it out while you're pulling orders. And if you think it needs something, then you set it aside. Oh, okay, gotcha. Anything that could reasonably have more parts gets turned backwards. Gotcha. Yeah, we don't turn ours around. Mostly because, like, you can see the difference if you're looking for it and you know there's a thing, but without, like, truly looking, it blends. Okay, I also got it stuck, but it blends in almost too much because we have the barcode on the back too. And then, oh, you don't have, your drawers are labeled differently, so yours might look different when they're backwards. Need to add orange stickers to the back of my drawers. Okay, yeah. Maybe that's a good idea. If we added some like color, like a orange or a red or something, then you could see it. Then it would make sense if you turn it around. That's not a bad idea. Because yeah, we just don't turn them around right now because they look too close to the same as the front. Can't really tell the difference. So something I've noticed, and I don't know if this, I assume it was on purpose. This file has a lot of pieces that are stuck together. Well, maybe that was it. Had some pieces that were stuck together. What looked to be intentionally, maybe as if to count or something. And here's a non-Lego. Oh my gosh, it's so tight. There we go. You can usually tell if it's non-Lego just because the color is like slightly off. It's not quite the right color. All right, so this file has 22 different lots, 392 items. It was Kyle's idea originally. Interesting, okay. So it could be way more visible when you add an orange sticker to the back of the drawers. Oh, that's right. His idea was a back color for each aisle. Yeah, and that's for sure a thought process for us. I just hadn't thought of the color for like to turn it around and see, but we're thinking long term, you know, if we have this aisle, I don't know if you can see me here, I think you can see me. If we have this aisle, this is the green aisle. And then, you know, the drawers on this side of the wall, this is the blue aisle. And then this aisle is the red aisle. And if we put a little colored sticker on the back of the drawer that's red, this clearly goes in the red section. And then what we don't have to do is when we have so many drawers piled up in the cart, we don't have to pull them up and look at the numbers and think, okay, this goes over there. I'm not gonna, you know, we can be efficient about it and just pull up all the red ones and then walk down the red aisle or whatever it is, or something. Yeah, that was Kyle's idea, was colored things for the backs of the drawers. But yeah, I guess having that color would help you to know that your drawer is turned around backwards. That is true. That's something we've been meaning to do, is because I think what we want to do is have this back wall be a color, this inside aisle be a color, maybe this be a different color, we're not sure on that one, this be a color, and then that be a color, and then we can, because now that we, you know, have more drawers over there, it is annoying to have stuff on this side and then go over here and then have stuff on this side and then over here. So I just know, okay, the 3900 to 4600 is here or whatever, and I pick it up then. Humber Chris says I turn mine backwards too if I have all the drawer available. There's only a few things in a drawer if it's fully empty. I don't have enough room to put empty drawers somewhere else. Yeah, I like pulling out the drawers personally, and we store them up here. Or we store them on top of anywhere. There's some over there too, but yeah, I like having them out. Makes it easier so we're not constantly walking up and down, having to pull out drawers when we need drawers or something. It does make it look sad. Like right now it looks great because every drawer is full, but it does look sad. Like after Monday, I mean, you'll see it in the next vlog, but after Monday, I'm sure this store is gonna look so empty, so bare. Just because so many drawers are gonna be full. That's gonna be crazy. Monday's gonna be a insane day. That's also the day I get my booster shot. So I gotta leave halfway through the day for like 45 minutes or whatever. Sparty says our drawers sorted in a specific order on the wall. Yeah, so we have number 1 there. And then as you work your way through this entire aisle, it ends with 3120. This is 3121. And then all the way down here, we have 3648, 3649 through 4701. And then over here, we got 4985. Like, yeah, everything goes in order, just numerical order, nothing crazy. Just numerical order. So then when you're walking down the aisle, when you're packing your order and it says go to drawer 1, you go to drawer 1, then go to drawer 5, pull out drawer 5. You're not going like all around the store, jumping around. David says, I can't wait for 2022 to see GBL try to sell their whole inventory every 6 months. Gonna be some crazy pick sheets. That is true. Dave says, I can't pull them out in case I sell a part in one of the near empty ones. Oh yeah. We don't pull them out and store them separate if they're half empty. Only if they're completely empty do we pull them out and store them separate. We pull them out if they're half empty, and then we put them back on the wall at the end of the day, after we've reassigned some remarks and stuff. Argumentum 22 says, I think GBL needs to get its process set in place a bit more. Watch their videos and I worry that their volume they push through the... Oh. More errors seem to be creeping in. That's true. I think that's going to scale no matter what, though. The error rate, you know, even because if you have a 1% error rate right now, we probably have closer to like 3%, but you know, 3% of 100 orders or 3 orders of every 100 have a problem. This month, it might only cost, let's say, $20 worth of refunds or extra shipping charges, while in 2 months, if we tripled, now it's going to cost us $60. So, yeah, I think regardless. Unfortunately, that's something we're talking about for sure. Is there a way we can just reduce errors, period, so when we get bigger like Chris or Great Brick Lab, we don't have 40 errors a month or whatever. That's a lot, but you know what I mean. I do feel like Chris jumps around a little bit with what he does, but I think he keeps trying things out. And clearly he picks what works for him. That's something we're kind of trying to do too. We don't have the volume Chris has, so we don't get data as quickly as he does. You know, if he tries something for 2 weeks, he can see that data and whether the thing he tried worked or didn't work. For us, 2 weeks, you know, in theory, yeah, that should give us enough data, but a month will give us enough data, whereas for him, he can do it in a short period of time. So he has that advantage where he can test out anything, and if it's just, you know, he sees results pretty quickly, I think. Steve says, I have a neon sticker on the back of the drawer so I can spot them when turned around. That is smart. Koichi says, how are you dealing with high inflation? Currently we're still selling them around 6-month sales average. We've been going up. Actually, yeah, we've been going up a decent chunk on a lot of parts now. Some of them we still just sell at 6 months. Like these, you know, I'll bump it up 10% probably, but not gonna bump up bricks like 25% or anything. And we probably could still sell them at kind of the normal 6 month and they'll be fine. But yeah, we've been increasing prices. I wouldn't say that's necessarily to deal with inflation. I think it's just because we can start to increase prices a little bit, and we're seeing that it doesn't appear to be reducing sales crazily or in any crazy amount. Fumber Crazy says, if I had room, I would also have them stacked somewhere else. I fit them in my small store. Or I fit my small store in my bedroom without having it overcrowded with Bricklink sets that I build and display. Argumentum 22 says, it needs to be a bit more streamlined. Enter key. Yeah. I agree. There's definitely things that could streamline processes. That's something Paul and I talk about legitimately almost every day, which is a problem because we get distracted then. But it's like, how can we just make this better? So, you know, Paul and I have a lot of things that currently, you know, that for the time being, so sorry. I get a notification every order we get, and then I get the PayPal notification that says you got this much money from this person. I'm always curious what the total is, always. I don't care about we got a Bricklink order. I want to see how much they paid. We have, we've actually documented out things like, okay, when we have 3 aisleways, this is the best way to do it. When we have 2 people packing at a time, this is the best way. So we have definitely things that we're planning on doing. A lot of it's just not applicable to a smaller store in our area. I think we're in this weird juggle where we're not a small store, but we're not a big store, and we're in that weird middle where it's like we're squeezing towards big store, but it's hard to get there because we don't have quite enough sales where it makes sense for us to go get a space that's a lot bigger or spend a lot more money on contractors. So it's a slow growth, I think, as opposed to we just want to blow up, which unfortunately I just don't think is going to happen. But that's okay. Okay, there's a lot of chat going on here, so. Sadly, no other room in the house, says Fun Brick Creations, that he could use for Bricklink, or she. Shane, welcome, how are you? You're cool on live, thank you. David says as long as it scales proportionally with revenue, it's a good cost of doing business. I assume that was in reference to inflation, but maybe not. Oh, sorry, no. That would have been in reference to error rate, I think. Shane says you were on Beyond the Brick charity live stream, or a twin brother looked like you. It was not me on Beyond the Brick charity live stream, it was not. Steve says the only tried and tested way to reduce errors is to have the verification process after the order is picked. Yes, absolutely. That's the best way to do it. Haven't done that though. It just, at the moment, feels like it's going to cost us too much money to do that it's actually worth having a couple errors. Obviously, the money doesn't need to be one-to-one, but because when your customer doesn't get a piece, then it looks bad on the business. But that also kind of has a dollar value to an extent. I'm not going to spend $400, just a random number, $400 a week to reduce $15 of errors per week because, the value of that customer getting that piece they ordered is not worth $385 week after week. Now, if it only costs us $50 a week, I don't know how I'm getting the number, but if it only costs us $50 a week and it saves us $15 a week, yeah, $35 difference there to make the customer happy the first time instead of the second time after they're missing a piece, then might be worth it there. But Paul and I have talked about that. At the moment, we don't do that. We also don't really have a space to do it where we can do it efficiently while we're doing other things, because usually Paul and or myself are packing, or if Nicholas comes in on Monday, I'm adding parts or cataloging or parting something out, Paul's cataloging, so we run out of table space, unfortunately. But we've seen, Chris double checks everything, and obviously that's going to reduce errors if someone's double checking everything. Funbricker says I get distracted with PayPal alerts. And also intrigued. Yes, definitely. Shane says you have the most drawers I've ever seen. No, yeah. Brickstar has more. Yeah, Brickstar I think has more drawers. I believe, I'm not sure. Yeah, he has to have more for sure. We have 100, I think I said this last week. I think it was like 108 units or 112 units maybe. 108 sounds about right. Something like that. I could count again. 12 plus what, 80? No, 60? 80. 92. 100, 2, 4, 6, 7, plus 4. 111. 111 drawer units is what we have. So, yeah, a lot of units. On pricing, do you guys worry about what the Black Friday sale will negatively affect 6-month sales price harshly enough to cause a permanent price drop on certain brick types? Yes, I think it will. You know, not only because we're doing it, but because many people are doing it. Now, the thing I would say to keep in mind is that we are now going to sell, you know, after Sunday or Monday, whenever the sale ends, we are going to have our prices back up, not at the 6 months, but a little above. So in theory, if more stores, specifically larger stores, are doing that, over time, the 6 month sales average should be going up. Now, it doesn't necessarily, just because there's so many other things. You know, there's so many pieces that have a store that they sell it for as cheap as they can. And then they charge a fee. But the problem is they sold that piece for super cheap, so that's what part is factoring into the average. So yes, it's going to have an impact for sure, but over time it should level back out or go back up. And in theory, over time, it is consistently going up. Things are getting more expensive, pieces are not getting cheaper. So I don't believe that long term any sale has a true effect. Sure, if you come back on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week, it might be a little bit lower than what it was a week ago, but it's going to go up again after that. From Brick Creation says I get all the parts and then go back down the order and tick each of them off. And I put it in the Ziploc bag before putting it in a padded envelope. Very nice. David said just schedule my booster. Nice. 6 months average is going up on almost everything. Thank myself and Chris for raising your guys' average. Exactly. Anyone that sells anything for more than the 6 months average is helping to increase it. If you sell it for less, you're helping to decrease it. So right now we're decreasing it, but most of the time we're trying to increase it. Yeah, Jabu has more, I think. Yeah, Brixar has to have more, I think. Are you doing good from all the vids? Yeah, everything is up and down, for sure. That is an accurate statement. Everything is up and down. Or could be up and down. Yes, accurate. Okay, let's try to get this second file uploaded and added to the store, because for the past few minutes we've done absolutely nothing. Oh, here's some more actual brown. Cool, so those are in this file. That works out. Nice. So I have 3 trans clear here. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're like all different colors. I'm just gonna toss those because I don't know which one should really be that color. We also have 4 trans clear 2x2s. Also all Lego. Nope, just kidding, one of them's not. Yeah, I'm just gonna toss those too. Because they get like faded, I think, over time and stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm just throwing away inventory. I mean, I am throwing away inventory, but. Trans green, those all look right. Yeah. Trans dark blue also looks pretty good. One of the things in terms of quality, you know, if it's not scratched and stuff, it looks fine. But if it's super duper faded, like that was a dark pink piece that had transitioned into, I don't even know what you would call it, but it's like so yellowed consistently on every single side until you look on the inside. But like, you just can't, you know, some of the people, I don't know how we teach them that unless we save pieces like that and show them maybe, but then they're gonna spend so much time looking at each piece and I feel bad. So brown, there's actually, now there's more. No more chat. The chat just stopped. Did everyone leave? Am I here alone now? I might be. It's okay. His colors are super duper accurate compared to other people we've had do this. which initially were not super accurate with their colors. As I say that, though, this is wrong. Of course. The nice thing is it's super duper quick to change the color if their color's incorrect. You know, Brick Store, like, ridiculously quick. You can oops. Oh, everyone's still here. Good. David is trying to buy some used Lego. Very nice. Steve says, I don't think Black Friday effects last long enough to massively affect the price. Bricklink average for the long term. Exactly. Keep sorting. I'm enjoying the rambling. Very nice. Fade checking, they'll be picked up over time, I'm sure. I'm batch sorting by color, so it's easier for me to see the issues. Yeah, when you can compare it to other colors, it's much easier to see the issues for sure. Sparty says, is there a way to buy your damaged, UV damaged bricks on Bricklink? As far as I know, I mean, some people might list them, but I'm sure there's, the majority I would say no, there's probably, most people don't list pieces that are pretty bad. Dramatic music, yeah, I don't know why this song's in that list. I gotta switch up the music. I've been saying that for like 2 months now, probably. Color sorting makes me sad, says David. I'm not talking because we're jamming to the music. Nice. Yeah, Sparty, if you are looking to purchase damaged or faded pieces, people I'm sure are willing to sell it. I just don't know that they're listed. Like, for example, David wants to sell you some, and we can also sell you some for sure. We have a lot we could sell you. All right, you know what? I'm gonna sit down because I have to, yeah, I guess so. Something we were gonna do last month and we didn't. We're gonna buy nicer chairs besides these. We're gonna have the wheeled one, like wheelie chairs, but like tall, not the super short ones. If that makes sense. Shane says I'll get an order in soon. Awesome. $10 plus shipping. Sure, I guess. But David said first, so. Yeah, we haven't actually talked about price, but you know, I don't know what we would sell, how much. I mean, it's roughly 10 pounds. I feel like $1 per pound of damaged pieces is fair, maybe not. But yeah, who knows? And obviously some of them have minifig parts in them that are just have sticky stuff on them that you can wipe off and sell, so I don't know. Oh, Sparty says I was looking or searching for light gray UV damaged pieces for mocks. I couldn't find them on Bricklink. Interesting. Yeah, it would be cool to actually use some of those pieces that don't match in color as like a textured or like a visual difference there. David says, Evan, next call I need to pitch a collab stream to you. Lego Price is Right. Interesting. All right, yeah. Let's talk about that. Sounds fun. All right. Should be 150 of these. There are definitely a few non-Lego in here. That is for sure. And a couple damaged. I've definitely noticed with contractors, when it's a higher quantity, they have less quality. So like, you know, with this, obviously they're gonna look at each 4 because you can see each 4 when you just look at it. But in this quantity of 150, they were not super duper careful with looking for quality or like branding concerns, like if it's even Lego. Okay. The rest, I think, look okay. Yeah, there's definitely not 150 here anymore. David says I have a lot of faded light gray. PayPal balance finally clears rent. Very nice. Yeah, I'm sure that's exciting. I feel good every 2 weeks when we can make payroll. And payroll is probably not what your rent is. But yeah, every 2 weeks we pay payroll, and it's like, oh, are we gonna make it? And then we haven't missed a payroll so far, which is good. I guess we would do something so we don't miss payroll. But yeah, Evan, one thing too is technically taking bad parts out reduces contractors' bottom line commission on the BSX value. Thought about paying them a flat pound for damaged stuff to make up this. That's true. I've thought about that. Because yeah, if the quantity goes from 150 to 135, you know, in each of these bags, and there's like 10 bags or whatever, there's 150 parts there, and you know, this piece specifically, you know, it's not, but that's $4 value, which is, you know, part of their commission, not $4.50, but the you know, a percentage of that. So yes, I get that. I've thought about that as well. Haven't had a huge problem with this so far. With one of our catalogers, he actually doesn't even add all the parts to the BSX usually because he can't find some of them. And it's a little frustrating for us because then I have to go add them. But my thought is, okay, well, we're not paying him the commission on those parts, and he knows that. What I wish he would do, and sometimes it probably just doesn't make sense for his time and stuff, but you know, take a picture of the part, text us, or ask Paul or I, what is this piece? And we'll try to help, or post it in our Discord. Like, he's part of our Discord, so I wish he would ask, but... Oh yeah, no, we've never had anyone who purposely lists damaged stuff. We've actually had people who purposely don't list stuff because they can't find it or whatever. So I guess that's an okay thing, and I don't expect to see someone purposely list damaged things, especially bricks or something, because those don't actually add up. But it's been a thought. David says, I give everyone more than they can catalog and tell them they should prioritize what makes the BSX money dollar the highest. What do you mean more than they can catalog? Evan, do you use a business checking for payroll? Yes. Yeah, we don't use PayPal. We have a checking account, like a regular bank. So they also have a mini backlog. Interesting. And so do you pay them per pound when they return it? Or how does that work? Because, I haven't thought about having it so they have extra too. Okay, 16 of these. Nope, 16 of these. Give them stuff already sorted, so only pay when I have parts for a BSX in hand. Okay. That makes sense. And paying commission then, yeah. We had or actually the newest one who did this stuff, he asked us when he returned the bin, he said, so how does he get paid over time? Because he thought he only made commission once the part's sold, which is not the case, obviously. David, yes. Yes, they did. Amazing, right? We have the big ones. We have the big ones. But yeah, yeah, they did. Very surprising, actually, because I just didn't expect to. But we have big ones that I think they're the large ones or something. So if you want a head, just don't have the little ones. 1 a.m. All right, see you later, Sparty. Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, what I was saying was the cataloger thought that they got paid once the part's sold, but I said, no, you get paid commission, within 2 weeks of when you return the bin. Oh, David, maybe you were saying the other ones sold too. Those might have sold in the past few minutes. So many orders on our pick sheet. Oh my God, this is a long. Okay, you may or may not be able to hear that. Let's see. If you can, it might be very quiet. I'll turn it up a little bit. Sorry everyone, my little receiver died. I had a feeling it was gonna die. I just saw your order come in, David. Thank you. I see you hit your free shipping mark. Yeah, sorry, we are now once again using the on-camera audio. When I came in today, the receiver was not plugged in, charging, which means it wasn't charging since last week. So it's been dead it wasn't dead all week, but I only charged it for maybe a half an hour today, which would explain why, unfortunately, it didn't make it. So now you have to listen to me with on-camera audio. Oh, did you buy those, David? That might be what you just bought. Just said, there you go. I mean, I saw your order came in, you got free shipping, you hit $35 limit, ordered 5 items in 2 lots. You ordered those 3 heads. Very nice. Very nice. And, oh, I see. You needed 2 more pieces to get your $35. Very nice. These are only 11 bucks? Dang. Now we got 34 orders to pick on Monday. Very, very cool. Okay, let's count out 106 of these 2x4 bricks. Going back to what I was doing, David says they all get paid immediately, either cash or PayPal/Venmo. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, we don't pay immediately. We pay. They're in our payroll system, and they just get paid every time we process payroll. Russell says, "Are you guys using local people or posting boxes back and forth?" No, we cannot. It doesn't make sense to pay. Yeah, David says, my bad if you break even after shipping. Yeah, maybe. Ben, welcome to the stream. No, Russell, we use people local to us only. It just doesn't make sense to pay to ship the box somewhere and then get it to come back. And there's more time involved in that. I'm sure at some volume that probably would make sense. But at any volume that I think the majority of us are processing, it just doesn't make sense to ship anything. So it's all local. Yeah, Ben, welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Looks like we got everything good. David says he's going to try to get $20 for them in retail. You could, I'm sure you could do that. I think you get 20 bucks. Argumentum22 says, so is your sorting commission a set amount, or is it different for different people based on quality or quantity? At the moment, it is. There's a couple factors. They get a set amount for the bin, period. And then they get a percentage, a commission, based on when they return the bin. If they return it within a week period of time, or a week, they get a higher commission than if they return any other time. So they get a base commission period, as well as the value of the bin, and generally, as well as the one flat fee for the bin. Generally, that commission, scales with the value of it does scale with the value of the bin, and generally the more value in the bin, the harder it is to catalog and the more time it takes. It's not exact, but that's kind of what we found. So yeah, exactly. We have a set percent of the 6-month sales average, plus that set price for the bin, and then if they return it within a week, they get essentially a extra bonus percentage on top of that. So it makes sense for them to add, or to do it within the week. If they don't do it within the week, they still get paid and everything, but they just make a little bit less. But we try to pitch it to them as not like you make less if you return it with, outside of a week, but instead you make more, you get a bonus if you return it within a week. And that seems to be working so far. Okay, Ben says I calculated shipping for the UK and it possibly was worth it. Interesting. Very nice. About 10 pounds to ship 25 to 30 kilograms each way. Huh, okay. Nice. Anonymous Brickhouse is super weird. I had no sales all day at 25%, raised it back to 30%, did 30% for Black Friday, and I got 3 orders within 45 minutes. 5% made a big difference, apparently. David says, in relation to something. A lot more trust into whoever receives it is sorting cataloging. That's true too. If you know the person in person because you meet them and you see them, it's a different experience than if you just ship someone a random package. That's possibly a thing too. Ben says, haven't explored it, but I did think about it. Yeah, exactly. So they get a bonus for a quicker sort, and then they get their percentage rate as well as a base rate. I don't know that Paul and I have shared the numbers publicly with everyone. We might have with our patrons, and maybe we shared it publicly. I don't quite remember. I don't know if Paul wants me to or not. It's a lot, though, in my opinion. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but like it's a high percent. It adds up. That's why almost we thought this large brick, the 20-ish pounds of large bricks, was a loss. It's actually not, but it's pretty close to evening out. It's a small profit, so, or a small increase. Okay. Now let's actually count out 106 of these. Dave says, I know the rate, but I think only Ben and I know. Yeah, I feel like we didn't share it with everyone. Dave says, where did you source those heads? I have no clue, to be totally honest with you. I don't know. I don't know, that might be a Paul question. I'm not sure if he would... Where did we get those heads? Yeah, I don't know, David. I feel so stupid, I can't remember. Drawing like a complete blank right now. I don't know. David West says, just bringing the bucket, running gear, DNA Bricks clothing line, fall 22 exclusively at DNA retailers. Teaser dropping next week. Oh, yes. Brick Lodge, welcome to the stream. How are you? I feel like it's been a long time. Maybe it hasn't. I don't know. I feel like it's been a little while since you've been here, though. Random video game player says, been wanting to start my own Bricklink store. We'll be doing that very soon. Congratulations. I think it's very fun and very cool. What did I say? Brick Lodge? Block... I messed that up, I think. Block Lodge, not Brick Lodge. Welcome. Russell says, I didn't watch too many of your recent videos. Way back you were talking about doing minifigs on eBay. Did you set that up? No, we did not. Yeah, we've really been thinking about it because you can make more money on eBay selling selling minifigs for sure. It's just a matter of us having to do 2 inventories and manage all those listings and stuff. That's been the true reason why we haven't. Other than that, we haven't really done anything else. But... yeah, we've been really thinking about it because we also wanted... We've been debating about, because we have too much bulk used right now. We might open an eBay store and also sell bulk used, simply because we can't process all of it right now, and a lot of it's just kind of piling up every 2 weeks. Paula goes and picks it up. So yeah, David says also needs photos and it's much easier to list on Bricklink. That's totally true as well. You know, listing things on eBay is more of a process. Whereas on Bricklink, you just type in the number and there's already a picture. You can pick all the colors. Like there's a 6-month sales average thing. It's overall very basic, compared to eBay, which is, I guess, not hard. It just costs a lot more time. So, okay, now we just have these black 1x3s, and then we're done with this file. Shane says, enjoyed your sorting, need to go do some work. Sounds like you're gonna make a poster, spray paint a poster. Very interesting. All right, take care. Thanks for tuning in, Shane. Ralph says, what did I miss? Pretty much nothing. This is only the second bag I'm doing. I don't know, we talked about a few things. eBay was a recent topic we talked about, selling on eBay, because someone had asked, who was it? It was Russell that said a while back we had mentioned we were going to sell on eBay, like minifigs and stuff, and we just never did it. I know you sell on eBay, Ralph. Okay, I did that. Ralph says eBay sucks, don't do it. Wink. Thundermilk from Breckhouse says, I just got a 4th order in less than an hour after going back to 30% off. Very weird. Very weird. The fact that, that didn't... I wonder if it actually doesn't make a difference, and it just happened that people had already built their cart or something, and that extra 5% off didn't matter. But also 4 in an hour is very weird, as opposed to none the whole day or whatever it was. Steve says, I only sell higher value figs on eBay. Anything under 5 pounds isn't worth the fees. Brickhouse says, I'm wondering if everyone else is doing 25% off, so 30% puts you slightly over or slightly under the competition. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. It is interesting that you've had that success, or 4 orders in the past hour. That is weird for sure. I do not have an explanation though. Alright, I have a feeling we're going to have the majority of these pieces, so pretty much all this is probably going to go in the consolidate bin, which is okay. I'm honestly looking forward to going back over to the counter behind the camera. This just feels so inefficient here. Like, I don't even know why. It's just not right. Yeah, so out of the 20 lots here, 11 of them we already have. So, we have these, we have these, we have this, we have this, we have these, we have the 2 browns, lavender, and 2x6s. 2x6s? Okay. I guess some of these are new, which is good. Yeah, so now that's in our consolidate bin. And then I'll cut out these remarks and paste them in over there. Save that file. And now we have 9 lots, 315 items to add right in front of me here. Prices come down, orders go up. You literally cannot explain that. Yeah. That's true. Currently sorting 1x1 clips of 4 variants. Lots of fun. I've done that, yeah. Lots and lots of fun. You know, David, I do too. If only there was a podcast with some Michigan seller and New York seller. And monthly would be great. Yeah, I agree. Very sad. Steve says, I feel for you. I hate those 1x2 hinge pieces. 9 teeth. Oh, the 9 teeth and 11 teeth. Oh, those are the worst. The grooves are fine. Because the grooves are, you know, you can kind of glance at it for the most part and see. The teeth are a little bit more intricate there. Horrible. Horrible. Awful. Oh my god. Russell says, talking about YouTube, have you ever thought about making a ton of how-to videos? Is there more money in YouTube or Bricklink? Strange question, sorry. We have a decent amount of how-to videos, I think, for Bricklink. And is there more money in YouTube or Bricklink? As a platform as a whole, I would say YouTube. For our niche, YouTube is not a source of income for the business. I mean, makes a tiny bit, but no. Bricklink, for what we do, is the source of income. No. YouTube doesn't compare anywhere near what Bricklink does. So we could not be like, you know what, we're gonna go full on YouTube and post 7 days a week. I don't think there's a big enough market in terms of the Bricklink selling community that could even compete with our Bricklink income. No way. I think that answered your question. But more money probably passes through YouTube than passes through Bricklink as a platform, if that was your question. I'm not sure if that was a question. You know, some people make tons of money on YouTube. We are not them. Ben says there needs to be a UK seller podcast. Ben, do it. I would do it. David says there's not enough Bricklink audience. Exactly, that's exactly what it is. And only a handful of full-time YouTubers who are in the Lego space. That is true as well. 2022, I'll try on YouTube and maybe do some type of video updates for people. Do it, Ben. I'd love to see your store and the progression of it. That would be so fun. Steve says, Team Great Britain, Ben and I versus Team USA, just Rick in the Bucket, Dave and Ralph. Let's... That'd be fun if there was some sort of, the Bricklink Olympics. Paul and I have tried to figure out things, something like that. We've thought about a few things where we can get people involved in some way, and I'm sure in the future, maybe in 22, we'll do some things like that where it becomes fun. It just, obviously, we need to make money. And if we're spending all of our money on doing things that don't make money, it's hard to justify. But yeah, it'd be fun to do some sort of thing. Just like Dave said, the Price is Right stream, I'm telling you. Yeah, no, let's talk about that, David. That sounds cool. Steve says have a build-off. Paul and I had a lot of ideas. We were actually talking about the 5,000 subscriber thing special that we'll have to do at some point. And I don't know if it'll be a stream or if it'll even get other... We'll see what it really is, but... we've been talking about a lot of ideas. Yeah, I like it, David. Flash the part in color, guess the 6-month sales average, quantity sold, quantity listed, etc. Oh, I would be so bad at that. So bad. Paul might be good because he sees it every day with catalogs. David said, what happened to the Lego cooking competition? That's on our list of stuff to do as well. We just need to figure out how to do it in an effective means. probably remotely, because financially it doesn't really make sense to fly people out here or wherever to make it happen. But there's definitely a lot of things we would like to do. But YouTube doesn't make money where it makes sense to spend, you know, $500 or whatever on a video or something. Wow. David says, I would put my store on the line that I could win a Lego cooking competition. Really? Wow, that's a big, that's pretty crazy. Ralph says, I need to start thinking about a 1,000 subscriber idea. Yeah, we had so much fun when we did our 1,000 subscriber special. Oh, David says no. Oh. I see. The price is right, not a cooking thing. Yeah, no, I would probably tend to agree that... I don't know, I think Paul probably has a decent... I do not. 100% I do not. But I have... Yeah, I have faith that Paul actually has a concept of what stuff costs. Getting a lot of ideas here now. What is Pink Slips Cook-Off? What is that, Ralph? And then Ben says, I'd be hopeless with used parts. That's true. Yeah. I'd have to study before that. Steve says, you guys in the U.S. Seen James May and Richard Hammond building a Lego set build and doing a quiz. Every time they get a question wrong, they did a shot of tequila, building Lego tequila don't mix. I don't think I've seen that, actually. No, that sounds interesting. Argumentum says, a mini build-off, limit to like any 100 max parts with a title and participants to stream and record, and then you could collect all the videos together. Yeah. Oh, Ralph, you're only 39 subs away? That's awesome. David's idea of a cook-off for his store. There you go. We heard it here, everyone. David his store is on the line if he wins the cook, or if he loses to a cook-off. David, you and I can have a cook-off. I'm not a chef, but that's what I wanted to be through about middle school, so I can cook. And I will gladly take your store. Tiny Bricks, welcome to the stream. How are you? When do you plan on moving to a new location? Will you miss this current setup? Plan? I don't know if we have a true plan. Paul and I, sometime next year maybe, but I'm not sure that we actually have a true plan as to when we're going to move, but when we can afford it and we fill up in here is when we'll move. Will you miss the current setup? I'm sure we will. I'm sure there'll be things I miss. One of the nicest things would be walking out of my house into the garage, and I have a store here as opposed to having to drive to the store, so that'll for sure be a difference. There'll be a difference there. But I miss currently having a garage. So I actually am kind of excited for when this can afford to properly move out, and we can have a garage again that I can put tools in and park a car in and all that kind of stuff. So that's exciting. But I'm not sure when we're planning on moving. We were hoping maybe summer of next year, of 22, because summer there's a negative period of time in summer where just all sales are down a little bit, and we figured we don't want to be closed during, like right now we wouldn't want to be closed. So ideally during the summer would be perfect, but I don't foresee that happening next year unless, maybe if things really continue picking up over the next few months and we get more stuff, but I would say probably not. Not until next year, late next year, if 22 probably, but that could change. Who knows? Winner take all. Put your store on the line, Evan. I don't think I could do that. I would not be willing to risk the store. Sorry. Pink Slips. We're from the movie Grease. Oh, right. Yeah. That'd be fun. And Ralph says basements for the win. Basements are good. Unfortunately, right here on the coast, there's almost, actually, for houses, I'm sure there's pretty much no basements. You know, we'll have like underground parking structures and stuff, but for the most part, no basements at all here. Even my parents' house, which is right around the block, because we were too close to the beach when they put a pool in, they could only dig the pool 7 feet because they hit water at like 4.5 feet or something, because the groundwater was like too high. Like we're just too close to the beach, so basements wouldn't really work here. But yeah, I wish we had a basement, because that legitimately is the perfect thing for Bricklink store. If you can use the majority of the basement or something, like it's separate from the rest of the house. I mean, you know, usually it's larger than a garage. I think most basements are. But yeah, basement would be awesome. But we have a garage, which is perfect. Not complaining. But at some point we'll have to move. Oh, and Ralph says get to have a garage and it's an easy commute to the store. That's true as well. You do get the garage then, so yeah. Ralph's Bricks, just risk it all in retail for the win. Yeah, retail would be expensive. There's this one place right by us that I'm like, that's perfect for a little Lego retail store. It has this front area. It was a bank at one point, so it has that front lobby area, and then they had all the offices for the bank, and then I'm sure there's a vault there too or something. But in my mind, I'm like, that little front lobby area is perfect for retail, and all those offices, you just put a wall up and you take down all the walls in the offices, and then wherever I haven't seen them, I'm assuming there's some sort of vault / thing where they stored the money. Like that could all be the warehouse area in that front. It's like, it's so perfect. There's a number, it's been for lease for months now. I'm not going to call and ask because I'm sure it's out of our thing, but yeah. Steve says they stopped building basements in the UK in the 50s. Interesting. I did not know that. Tiny Brick says, thanks for the idea of the barcode on your drawers. I implemented this a while ago after watching your old videos. It's been a lifesaver, saves time, makes it accurate and neat and tidy too. Yeah, I like the barcodes. Michigan winds though. Coast on all sides, freshwater, no tsunami / hurricane, and basements. Yeah. We have earthquakes here. But almost nice weather every day of the year, so that's nice. Ben says, I found a shop front here with a 3-bedroom, 2-story apartment above, 190,000 pounds on a fairly busy shopping area. Quite a good value, but nowhere near at a point to afford retail. Interesting. I don't know what house prices there are, but to me 190,000 pounds sounds very cheap. Especially for 3 bedrooms. But I don't know what's normal there. But that also has the retail underneath. I mean, that's cool. Actually, that's pretty cool. No basements in Australia. Steve says, I was looking for a 3-story house that had the attic that could be developed, into a full footprint cellar. That's cool. One of my neighbors, they did that with their attic, actually. It's very cool. They have the little ladder to go up, and it's all finished, and it's pretty cool, actually. In the UK, everything below 6 feet belongs to the Queen, says Ralph. Exactly, David. California would be like 3 walls and a door, 750,000. That is accurate, unfortunately. All right, I got through chat. Now we can add some remarks to these pieces. You get the divider. So much chat just popped in. Wish we had basements in Australia. Just not common at all. Ah, so much chat, I just missed all of it. I'm gonna finish this before that was the wrong thing. Ah, this ain't gonna fit in a big drawer. Calls for a bin. Do we have any empty bins? I think we have half empty bins. Okay, once I scan this in and I will catch up with chat. I promise. Give me a second though. Okay, so this is a whole whopping $22. Woohoo! But it is adding 315 parts. Beep. And then in our consolidate so far we have 18 lots, doesn't really matter to the lots, but we have 301 items in there as well. So I'll do a couple more. We only have 18 lots, so I'll do a few more, but I'm probably going to get wrapped up on the stream here in a couple minutes, but I'll do probably 2 more bags before I go through the consolidate thing. Okay, let's see where we were. Danny Jackson. A great dad joke here says they don't need basements in Australia because everything's already down under. Very nice. Russell says, are you going to have a shop out front and then have a Bricklink out back purely a warehouse style space for Bricklink only? If you're asking us, we're undecided at the moment. Currently, probably, we're planning for just a warehouse space for Bricklink and like an office or 2. Probably just 1. But probably just a warehouse space for Bricklink only. In the next year or so, I'd say that could change. We might lean towards a space that could have retail as well, plus the warehouse in the back. So like warehouse and a small front area out front. I'm not sure though. We're undecided at the moment. David says, just remember, the grass is always greener. That's true. Michigan, 5 acres, 3 bedroom, 4 baths, 2-story, finished basement, $250,000. Steve says I might just buy a barn, build like a mega store. That's cool actually, and live in a caravan. Kalichi Brick says a lot of Americans and Canadians buy houses down here, outbidding locals, especially in coastal and small colonial cities. Alright, David, take care. I'm pretty much out of here as well, I think. Ben says our attic is fully open, but a lot of the walls slope really low down, so it wouldn't be great to mount drawers. That would be a problem if it sloped wall. Just got a 5th order in an hour 15 since intermittent. Interesting. Ralphsburg says, Evan, what are you using for music on your streams at Royalty Free Music? There goes the Barcode scanner. Playlist on Spotify. No, we pay for a service. It's a few, I don't know where it is. It's like once a year, but it's called artlist.io. and you essentially get access to royalty-free music, or you have the license to these music, so it's not actually royalty-free. You essentially already paid the royalty. I don't remember how much it is. It's like $200 a year or something, and so we can use it, and we have the license to use it. That's what all this music is. At one point, when I don't even know when, but I downloaded a ton of songs and I put them on a. It's actually just playing off of a Premiere timeline, and that's how we have the music for the time being. But I continue to say that I need to change it out because it's too much of the same, and some of it's weird. I listened to most of it, but I didn't listen to all of it all the way through. But no, artlist.io I think is the website, or Artlist. It's a subscription thing, and you subscribe to the licenses for the music. I feel like I just heard like static. I don't know what that was though. Is that like there's a fan or something? I don't know. From Brick Creation says, "Gotta go now." Down Under joke is awesome. Yeah, Danny, that was pretty good. All right, David, take care. Have a good one. Kalichi says, "How many lots and parts did you end up uploading during this stream?" 600, 500. 500 pieces are uploaded, and I don't know, maybe 30 lots are actually uploaded, and there's another 300 in that bin. I only did 2 bags, which is not efficient at all. 2 bags in 2 hours. Usually I can do 4+ bags an hour. Very bad. Housing is so cheap in the U.S. I have a 4-bedroom. I don't know. Well, I'm not sure. So cheap in the U.S. It's not in Southern California. I can say that. Other places, I'm sure it is. Alright, I think that's going to be it. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the stream. I know it was a very, very unproductive stream for me, but I think that's okay, because I did it. It's hard to do something alone like this, because I have to, for the most part, maintain and continue to talk, but I also kind of need to do other stuff. So that's why it's nice when Paul and I are here, because we can bounce things off of each other, and for a few minutes I can be quiet while Paul talks and I just focus on what I'm doing. But alone it's a little more difficult. But there's one more weekend, one more stream without Paul, and then Paul's back, so we're good. Alright, yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you all in the next stream. So far, if you haven't given this a like, please give it a thumbs up. There were definitely more than 14 people here who were chatting, so go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video or this stream. And we should see you this week. Good for you. Is it Nickmis? Says, been productive for me. Sorted about 2 pounds. I'm glad. I'm very glad. All right. Thank you guys. Take care. We will see you all in the next stream.